leagues and tournaments, and the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game.
Welcome to Reed Gym here on the campus of Idaho State University for Big Sky men's basketball. The Eastern Washington Eagles coming in to take on the Idaho State Bengals. The Eagles 16-0 in Big Sky Conference, the first time that has ever happened, and their 18-game winning streak, currently the longest in the entire NCAA Division I, and tied for the longest in Big Sky Conference history. Idaho State, senior night for the Bengals. Their starting lineup reflects that. The 7-9 Bengals, fifth in the Big Sky. All the seniors starting today for Ryan Looney. Jay Nagel, Austin Smaley, Brock Mackenzie, Jared Rodriguez, Colby Lee, all playing their final home game tonight in Bengal uniforms. Head coach Ryan Looney honoring them by getting the 5 seniors the start tonight. The starting lineup for the Big Sky champion Eagles. They've already wrapped up the regular season title this season. Cedric Coward, Steele Ventures, Ethan Price, Angelo Allegri, and Casey Jones. Jones coming off a career-high 25 points Thursday night in the 89-82 win over Weber State. It will be Price versus Lee to jump it up. And we are underway, and the Eagles will get the first possession. Coward with it. Straight away, gets it over to Allegri. Top of the key, Price. Guarded by Nagel, directing traffic. Looking for some help. Gets it back to Venters. Here's the three from Allegri. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by Jay Nagel. Mackenzie bringing it up for the Bengals. Bengals working it around. Mackenzie now on the angle left. Here comes a screen from Lee. Backs it up. Gets it over to Smaley. Working it around Nagel. Bounce pass. Jared Rodriguez, who returned from injury Thursday night. Mackenzie stopped at the baseline. Colby Lee, push shot, in and out. Rebound, grabbed by the Eagles. Coward able to corral it for Eastern Washington. Jones with it. Top of the key now for Venters. Trying to lob it down low for Price. It's going to be out of bounds off of Bengal, and it will stay with the Eagles. Lobbing it into Price on the baseline, guarded by Rodriguez. Goes baseline, here comes a double team, loses it, and they're going to say he traveled. So Ethan Price shuffled his feet once Brock Mackenzie came down to bring the double team. And the first turnover of the night committed by the Eagles. So we're looking for our first point of the night. Mackenzie bringing the ball down. Hands it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez played just 18 seconds the other night in his return. Hadn't played since December 10th prior to that. Bengals happy to have him back. Lee with it. 8 on the shot clock. Smaley's going to have to take the three. Good! Austin Smaley, the Idaho State all-time leader in games and minutes played, scores the first bucket of the night for the Bengals on senior night. That shot goes across the rim and skips out. Rebound brought down by Mackenzie. Nagel now. Lee working down low on Price. They get it down to Lee on the block. Backing his way in. Lobs it to Nagel straight away. Back to Mackenzie. He'll take the three. He'll make the three. Brock Mackenzie. Back-to-back threes by the Bengals to start off the night. They're up 6-0. Allegri over to Price. Price down low looking for Venters. Picks up his dribble. Double team. Nice bounce pass. Blocked by Lee. Coward came in strong, but Lee did a great job to go straight up and get the block. Mackenzie, pop, three, yes! 9-0 run to start the game for Idaho State as they look to pull off the upset here. And we have a stoppage of play here. I'm not sure why they're stopping, but a great start for Idaho State. Packed house here at Reed Gym for senior night. And he hits the free throw. So one team foul on the Eagles. And Mackenzie gets a second one to drop as well. 11-0 Idaho State. The Eagles have won the last 4 in this matchup. They've won 10 of the last 12. Of course, they have that historic winning streak, 16-0 in the Big Sky. Idaho State with a great start, looking to pull off the upset. Great pass into Price, gets it in, gets the bucket, gets the foul. Ethan Price, the big 6'10 sophomore from Bury St. Edmunds, England. The chance at the three-point play to finally get the Eagles on the board. The foul is going to be called on Austin Smaley. That is his first. Free throws coming here for Price. The 21-22 freshman of the year in the Big Sky completes the three-point play. Now full court pressure here from Eastern Washington. Smaley brings it across center court, gets it over to Mackenzie. Rodriguez with it now. Cross court, Lee quickly gets it over to Smaley. Sets a screen. Smaley sets back. Cross court, Rodriguez for three. Short, rebound, bounces around, picked up by Venters. Working it around now, Price with it, flips it back over to Allegri. Here's the three for Venters, and that gets lodged between the rim and the backboard. So that will, I think, go down as a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Idaho State. More pressure here from the Eagles. Bengals able to break it. Mackenzie, angle left. Working it around. Smaley now. Nagel, angle right. Lee with it. Here's a three from Rodriguez. That bounces off the rim. Rebound grabbed by Steele Venters. He'll bring it up for the Eagles. Quickly over to Jones. And a whistle away from the ball. I think they're going to get Colby Lee for the foul. And the first subs of the game are coming in as Braden Parker and Miguel Tomley, two of the usual starters, are going to come in for Colby Lee and Jared Rodriguez. And it will be Angelo Allegri to inbound it here for Eastern Washington. Parker on him, gets it over to Jones, lobs it over to Price. Eagles working around, down low. It's Coward on the block. Double team comes. Top of the key for Jones. Goes in the paint, goes up strong, and lays it in. Nice, strong move by Casey Jones for the bucket. So we mentioned he had career-high 25 points Thursday night in Ogden against Weber State. Nagel, baseline, jam! Jay Nagel got around Jones, and there's nothing but clear skies for takeoff as Jay Nagel throws down the baseline jam. 13-5. Bengals on top, 15.5 to go here in the first half. Underneath, Coward loses the ball. It's going to be out of bounds to the Bengals. That'll take us to our first break. Idaho State with a great start against the Big Sky champs, 13-5. You're watching Big Sky men's basketball on ESPN+. Time in Big Sky history that anybody has started 16-0 in conference play. We talked about their winning streak as well. 18 in a row, longest in the nation right now in Division I. And if they can get one more, they will own the record outright for the longest winning streak in Big Sky Conference history. Right now, Idaho State has other ideas, trying to pull off the big upset here on senior night. Still a lot to play, though. 15 to go in the first half. Mackenzie for three. He's the hot hand early, and he still is. Brock Mackenzie with another three. 16-5 Bengals. Mackenzie with 11 points already. We've barely played 5 minutes. Allegri flips it back to Jones. Pump fakes, works it around. Venters trying to take Parker off the dribble. Step back jumper, short. Rebound brought down by Coward. Gets it back to Venters. Down low on the block. And there's going to be a foul here. Ethan Price with the move to the bucket. No shot. I think they're going to get Miguel Tomley on the foul for Idaho State. So they called it on the floor, so no shot. As Dion Stroud will check in for the Eagles, as will Dane Erikstrup, as Coward and Price will take a seat. Erikstrup with it, gets it over to Jones. Venters now. Stroud over to Allegri. Picks up his dribble. Has to flip it on over to Venters, who goes all the way in, goes around the rim, no good, but a nice putback and rebound by Dane Erikstrup, the 6'10 sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, cleaning up the mess. Cuts the lead down to 9. Nagel with it. Works it over to Parker. Tomley, angle right. Mackenzie, step back, drops it down to Parker. Parker working on Erikstrup down low. Backing his way in, getting the position he wants, and good. Braden Parker, so strong, so tough down low. Gets the spot he wants and lays it in for his first points of the night. Lead back to 11 for Idaho State. Allegri with a strong move. Can't get it to drop, though. Rebound, Brock Mackenzie. Just 3 for 10 from the field so far for the Eagles. Step back jumper, Brock Mackenzie's no good. Jones skies up and grabs the rebound. Quickly ahead to Stroud. Angle left, waits for screen, works around Allegri. Venters with it now. Guarded by Mackenzie. Cross court to Stroud. Stops, pops, 3. Yes, nothing but net for Dion Stroud. The Fresno State transfer. Buries it from deep. That's the first 3 of the night for the Eagles. Parker hits the deck. Tomley will shoot it. Short. Rebound grabbed by Erikstrup. Stroud. Drives. Stops. Gets it back to Venters. Eagles working it around. Allegri now. Over to Jones. Top of the key. And that's going to be a travel, yeah. Dion Stroud. He was thinking about the move he wanted to make before he got the ball and just forgot to dribble. So the turnover there against the Eagles. Daxton Carr and Malik Arrington checking in for Idaho State, their first appearance of the night. Also Ellis Magnuson in for the first time tonight for Eastern Washington, the Idaho native. In fact, he was the 2019 USA Today Idaho 5A Player of the Year out of Boise. Daxton Carr, another Idaho kid from here in Pocatello, gets it, works it around to Smaley, another Idaho kid from Preston. Over to Mackenzie, 9 on the shot clock. 4, Mackenzie has to put it up. Yeah! Brock Mackenzie! No pressure at all from the shot clock. He buries it cool as ice. He has 14 points. It's back to a 21-10 lead for Idaho State. Double team quickly comes. Eagles working around. Wide open 3 for Casey Jones. He answers with a 3 of his own. Casey Jones now with 5 points to lead the Eagles. Smaley over to Carr. Parker wants it down low, gets it to Parker on the baseline, guarded by Erickstrup. Back to Smaley. He goes baseline. Cross court, Mackenzie working around Arrington. Arrington will drive his way into the paint, flips it back to Carr. He'll take the 3. No. Rebound grabbed by Erickstrup. Flips it quickly ahead to Stroud. Stroud over to Jones, back to Stroud. Erickstrup over to Venters. Venters works it around. Magnuson thinks about it. Wide open 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by Smaley. 11 to go here in the first half. Idaho State behind the back. Brock Mackenzie stops at the free throw line, working around. And there's going to be a foul called on Dane Erickstrup as he got into the back of Parker, and that'll take us to our next timeout. Idaho State up by 8. You're watching Big Sky men's basketball on ESPN+. Scoring 77.6, 50th in the nation. They came in 49% shooting as a team. That's 7th in the entire country. Right now they're shooting 38%, 5 for 13. Smaley to inbound it for the Bengals. All the way back court to Arrington. He'll come over to the angle left. Smaley down low. Parker on the block. That's where he does his damage. Quick pass to Smaley. It's going to be a foul away from the ball. It's going to be against Eastern Washington. I think Deion Stroud is going to be the guilty party. That's his first. And Smaley will inbound it again. Quickly over to Mackenzie. Step back 3. Short that time. Rebound ends up in the hands of Venters. Steal Venters. Cut off by Arrington. Back over to Stroud. Working it around now. Price. Magnuson. Back to Coward, who's back into the game for the Eagles. Stroud. Angle right. Back to Coward. Working it around. Venters. He'll take the 3. Good. Steal Venters. Buries the 3. A 6-0 run here for the Eagles. They've cut the lead down to 5. Parker gets it over to Mackenzie. Cross court, Arrington. Behind the back, spins his way into the paint, and they're going to say he traveled. Angelo Allegri is going to come back in for the Eagles. Give Seal Venters a break. And Magnuson's going to bring it down for the Eagles. Bounce pass down to Price. Loses his footing. Flips it back to Coward. Back to Price. Under 10 to play here in the first half. 5-point lead for the Bengals. Coward quickly. Magnuson flips it over to Allegri. Pump fakes. Baseline. Stops. Flips it over to Stroud. 3. Yes. Good ball movement by Eastern Washington. Set up that wide open 3 by Deion Stroud. And the lead's cut down to 2. Eagles on a 9-0 run. So this Eastern Washington offense, best in the Big Sky, coming to life here after a slow start. That's going to be out of bounds, and it will stay with Idaho State. Jay Nagel will come back in. Daxon Carr will head back to the bench. Also coming in for Idaho State, A.J. Bergen. He'll check in for the first time. Austin Smaley will take a seat, and Colby Lee back in as Braden Parker will get a breather. Bergen bounces it into Arrington. Lee on the block, backing up, back over to Arrington. He'll take the 3. Yes, Malik Arrington gets on the board by burying the 3. That ends the 9-0 run and pushes the lead back to 5 for Idaho State. Stroud over to Magnuson. Lobbing it underneath, down low. The pass behind Price, and it's going to be off the back of his leg, out of bounds to Idaho State. Price was trying to get positioning with a couple of Bengals in the way, and Magnuson tried to put it where only Price could get it, and ended up being a place where not even he could get it. Fifth turnover of the night for Eastern Washington. Bergen on the angle right. Tomley with it, gets over to Arrington. Here comes the screen from Lee. Stops, picks up his dribble. Arrington over to Tomley, working around now. Bergen. Nagel. Nice cut by Bergen underneath the basket. Too strong on the shot. Rebound grabbed by Cedric Coward. He'll push ahead for the Eagles. Flips it over to Stroud. Price with him now. Magnuson. Allegri for three, yes. Angelo Allegri gets his first points of the night. And he cuts the lead down to 2. Under 8 to play here in the first half. Idaho State's led the entire way, led by as many as 11. The Eagles have cut it down to 2. Arrington splits a couple of defenders, works it around. Tomley, corner 3, short. Grabbed by Price. Magnuson will bring it up. Magnuson straight away, gets it over to Price. Guarded by Tomley, knocked out of his hands into the Idaho State bench. And that'll take us to our next timeout. 7.5 to go here in the first half. Bengals up by 2. You're watching Big Sky men's basketball on ESPN+.
I thought I was in control and unstoppable. But the
team on the Big Sky, 77.6 points per game. That's good for 50th in the country. It will be Cedric Coward standing in front of the Idaho State bench to inbound it here for the Eagles. Lobs it down to Venters. Quickly back to Coward for 3. Bounces up, no good. Colby Lee with a rebound for Idaho State. Tomley. He'll back out. Gets it over to Mackenzie. Down low, bounce pass. Colby Lee backing in on Ethan Price. Goes up strong. Good. Colby Lee. His first points of the night. Lee's been a nice charge for this Bengals team lately. Double-digit scoring in 4 of his last 5. Averaging nearly 11 points per game during that stretch. His first points of the night. There's a 3, an answer from Dion Stroud. Stroud now with 9 points to lead Eastern Washington, and that cuts the lead down to 1. Lee gets it over to Mackenzie. Smaley, cross-court, Tomley working around now. Nagel, guarded by Coward. Over to Lee, backing his way into the point, or in the post rather. Blocked by Price, rebound Coward. Great defense, quickly ahead to Venters. He's going to lob it up, and the slam's not going to count. Looked pretty, but they're going to say the foul was before the pass on the floor. They're going to get Smaley for the foul. That's his second. 4th team foul against the Bengals. Arrington's going to check back in. Smaley's going to go to the bench, and it will be Angelo Allegri to inbound it for Eastern Washington. Lobbing it underneath to Ertstrup, stolen by the Bengals. Arrington quickly to Mackenzie. Baseline, up strong, up and under and good. Brock Mackenzie with the circus shot to extend the lead back to 3. And it's going to say a jump ball here. The possession error will favor Eastern Washington, so it'll stay with them. Allegri on the baseline, looking to inbound it here for the Eagles. Lobs it into Jones. Jones on the baseline, guarded by Nagel. Dribbles, works it around. Here's straightaway 3 for Venters. Good! Steal Venters. Ties it up at 28. Venters with 6 points. Eagles have now made 5 of their last 6 shots. And that's going to be a turnover. Tom Orlean tried to bounce pass it to Arrington, but just led him a little too much and just went straight out of bounds. Braden Parker's going to be back in for Colby Lee. 5:40 left to go here in the first half. Eagles looking for their first lead of the game here with this possession. Allegri over to Jones. Works it around. Venters guarded by Parker. Underneath looking for Eric Strupp. Taken away again. Another turnover. Arrington ends up with it. And that's going to go out of bounds. He tried to get it to Nagel in the corner, but Allegri able to reach back and get in the passing lane, knock it out of bounds. It will stay with Idaho State. Tomley. Gets it over to Nagel. Mackenzie. Getting instructions from head coach Ryan Looney. Nagel splits a couple of defenders, stops, pops, short. Ball goes straight down after hitting the rim, and then Braden Parker runs over Dane Erikstrup. So that's going to be a foul on Braden Parker. That'll be his fifth team foul. It's just a matter of Parker couldn't get out of the way. Or more like Erikstrup couldn't get out of Parker's way and got ran over. Daxton Carr is going to come back in for Jay Nagel for Idaho State. Again, Idaho State's never trailed in this game. We're tied at 28. Started the game on an 11-0 run, but the Eagles have come roaring back. Stroud with it. Angle right, guarded by Tomley. Puts it on the floor, whips it around to Allegri. Venters. Jones. Back to Venters, working around Allegri. And there's going to be a foul away from the whistle, and I think they're going to get Malik Arrington. It's going to be Arrington's foul. His first sixth-team foul. He was battling down low with Dane Erikstrup, who's trying to get position. Lobbing it, Price. And they're going to call offensive foul on Ethan Price. Good job by Malik Arrington to hold his ground and draw the charge. That'll be the first foul on Price. And here comes Tomley, 4.5 to go here in this first half. Arrington working around. Mackenzie. Zone defense here by the Eagles. Mackenzie gets around one guy, stops, pops. Good. Brock Mackenzie, his 18th point of the night. Allegri behind the back, flips it over to Erikstrup. Baseline guarded by Parker. And there's going to be a foul call, and I think it's going to be another offensive foul against Price as he knocked Daxton Carr to the ground. So Price picking up 2 fouls in the last couple of minutes, both on the offensive end of the floor. 5th team foul against the Eagles. 4:06 left to go here in this first half. Eastern Washington's had 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Mackenzie. Down low, looking for Parker. Guarded by Erikstrup. Parker going to work on the post. Bang his way, double team comes, flips it to Arrington for 3. Back iron, no good. A whistle away from the ball as Daxton Carr hits the deck. And that will be a foul against Eastern Washington, and that takes us to our next break. You're watching Big Sky men's basketball. Bengals by 2. Also the nephew of Mike Riley, former head coach of Nebraska, Oregon State football, and San Diego Chargers. I think there's a pretty good chance Riley's going to be the Big Sky Coach of the Year this year. Done a great job at Eastern Washington. And has a fight on his hands here in Pocatello. It's the Bengals. Never trailed. And it's a 5-second violation as Brock Mackenzie couldn't get it in. So the Bengals, their 3rd turnover of the night, will give it back to the Eagles. Coward. Over to Erikstrup. Quick pass down low. Jones blocked by Parker. Rebound up for grabs, out of bounds, off of Mackenzie. It will stay with the Eagles. Cedric Coward lobs it over to Erikstrup. Worked it around. Allegri guarded by Mackenzie. Gets it over to Jones. Coward working down low on Arrington, trying to post up. They finally do get it to Jones. Goes up strong. Can't get the bucket, but he does draw the foul. So Cedric Coward will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight, looking for his first point. The foul is going to be on Braden Parker, his second foul. Coward, 4 rebounds so far tonight. Shooting his first free throw. He makes it. That was the 7th team foul, by the way, in Idaho State, so they're in the bonus. So Coward earns a second free throw as Colby Lee checks in for Braden Parker. Parker heading to the bench with 2 fouls. Another free throw coming for Coward, and he makes them both. The 74% free throw shooter. Drops it down, and we're tied up at 30 again. Arrington with it for Idaho State. Comes across center court on the angle left. Looking back for directions from head coach Ryan Looney. We're approaching 3 to play here in the first half. Colby Lee couldn't quite get that pass. It's a nice fought by Arrington, but got it a little bit too quick before Colby Lee could get into a position where he could receive it. Erikstrup, top of the key, guarded by Daxton Carr. Flips it over to Casey Jones, back to Coward. Coward stops, flips it around, and there's going to be an offensive foul called away from the ball. I think it's Allegri. Yeah, it is. Angelo Allegri picks up the foul. That, I believe, is his first, 7th team foul. So both teams will be in the bonus moving forward. Final 2:42 of this half. Mackenzie with it. Puts on the brakes. Puts up the 3. Short on the rim. Back tapped by Lee, but right to Coward. Coward pitches it back to Allegri. Step back 3. Short. Misses everything. And there's going to be a foul called on the rebound attempt. I think they're going to get... So we look at the replay. I think it's going to be Colby Lee right there. I think they got Colby Lee on the push. So Lee has 2 fouls now, along with Braden Parker's 2 fouls. So that'll be something to watch for Idaho State moving forward. Meanwhile, Dane Erikstrup at the line. Nails it. And that's Eastern Washington's first lead of the night. 31-30, and another free throw coming for Dane Erikstrup. Colby Lee will head to the bench. Jared Rodriguez back in. And Erikstrup, 72% from the line for the season, hits them both. And the Eagles are up by 2 with 2:25 to go here in the half. A little bit of pressure here. Eagles back off. Arrington bringing it up for Idaho State. Arrington gets it over to Mackenzie, drives baseline, and they're going to get the foul called. I believe Deion Stroud got his hands on Mackenzie as Mackenzie is trying to turn the corner. That'll be the second on Stroud, and that should be one-on-one free throws coming here for Brock Mackenzie. Mackenzie's had a great half, 18 points, 6 for 9 from the field, 4 for 6 from deep. Misses the free throw. And the rebound's going to be out of bounds off of Rodriguez, so we'll go with the Eagles. Bengals offense has dried up as of late. They haven't scored in a couple of minutes. After that hot start, Erikstrup top of the key. Guarded by Carr, puts it on the ground, flips it back to Venters. Venters drives, and that's going to be a block. Malik Arrington tried to draw another charge. This time he didn't get into position quick enough, and he might be shaken up a little bit. Looked like he's reaching up for his face. That'll be the second foul on Arrington. He's going to head to the bench as they attend to him, the towel over his face. And they're going to take him right out of the gym and probably back to the locker room with 1:54 left. And because it is, they haven't made an official announcement yet, but I'm going to assume it's a foul on Arrington, nothing more than that. Still Venters to the free throw line. Hits it for his 7th point. Steele Venters became the 24th member of the 1,000-point club for the Eagles earlier this season. Hits them both. Now he has 8 points, and it's 34-30. Eagles with their largest lead of the night, under 2 to play here in the first half. Tomley facing a little bit of pressure, gets it across center court. Angle left, uses the car screen. Stops, pops, straightaway three. Yes, Miguel Tomley drains the three. He gets on the board. His first points of the night. 1-point ball game. Stroud. And there's going to be a foul call. I think it's away from the ball. I think we're going to get Jared Rodriguez for Idaho State. That's his first foul. That'll be the 10th team foul, so the double bonus now for the Eagles. So 2 free throws coming for Eric Strupp, a sophomore from Chandler, Arizona. He hits it. Eric Strupp, 5 points, 4 rebounds. And the second one hits the front of the rim and bounces through. Mackenzie ahead to Nagel. Quickly, Daxton Carr, corner three, in and out, no good. Rebound brought down by Coward. Nice work by Cedric Coward to fight off Jared Rodriguez. Venters stops, pops, long 2 straight away, front of the rim, rebound, juggled, and then corralled by Jared Rodriguez. Under a minute to play. Eagles by 3 here in the first half. Tomley flaps it to Carr. He'll take the 3. Front of the rim, no good. Back tap to Mackenzie. He steps forward, takes the 2, hits it. Brock Mackenzie with the bucket, and head coach Ryan Looney wants to call a timeout with 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. Points off of Eastern's 10 turnovers, just 5 points off of turnovers for Eastern Washington. All right, here we go. Final 36 seconds here of the first half. Stroud, angle right, quick pass down to Allegri. Here comes a double team, flips about. Stroud thought about a 3. He steps to the side, he'll take it. Off to the side on the rebound. That's going to go out of bounds to the Bengals. And I think they're going to call a foul here before it went out of bounds. Yes, they are. Cedric Coward's going to get called for the foul before it went out of bounds. That's the 9th team foul on Eastern. But that will give a one-on-one free throw opportunity here for Tomley, as Tomley and Coward were kind of battling for that rebound. I think Tomley was trying to box out Coward, just let it go out of bounds, knowing it was off the rim. Tomley makes the free throw, so he's going to get another one. As we're tied up 36. 4 points on the night for Miguel Tomley. And the second free throw puts the Bengals back on top. 23.7 left to go here in the first half. Allegri. This crowd on its feet, appreciating the effort here in the first half from this Idaho State squad. 8 on the clock. Allegri, stolen! Brock Mackenzie with the steal, gives it to Daxton Carr, who lays it in with 1 second left, and that's how the half is going to end. Mackenzie with the steal, Carr with the lay-in, and the Bengals looking to end the longest winning streak in the country, will take a 3-point lead in half on a 6-0. The upset of the year in the Big Sky, if they can do it, here on senior night. 5 seniors for Idaho State honored prior to the game. And it will be the 5 seniors who started the game for Idaho State back on the floor to start the second half as well. Nagel, Smaley, Mackenzie, Rodriguez, and Lee. And we are underway. Half number 2. Bengals up by 3. Idaho State with the ball first. Mackenzie. Big half for him, 20 points. Directing traffic. Gets it over to Jay Nagel. He'll put it on the floor. Flips it over to Colby Lee. Baseline push shot, no good. Rebound grabbed out of the air by Casey Jones. Flips it ahead to Allegri. Allegri steps back. Gets it over to Venters. Cross court. Jones splits a couple of defenders and gets it to go down. Casey Jones in the air squoze his way through a couple of white shirts and is able to lay it in. 7 points for Jones. Nagel, Lee, Rodriguez, corner, short. Punched back and back to Smaley. So an offensive rebound for the Bengals. They get another opportunity. And a whistle. That was a shot clock issue. I think they reset the clock to the wrong number. So they got the shot clock sorted out. It says 25, and we'll start things up again. Mackenzie, open baseline jumper, J-Rod with his first points in a couple of months. Missed several games. In fact, hadn't played from December 10th until Thursday night. That shot's no good. Jay Nagel gets the rebound. Rodriguez had started the first 11 games of the season before his injury back on December 10th. Out to start tonight. Colby Lee going to work underneath. Nice footwork. Colby Lee, the 6'9" BYU transfer, just patiently working the footwork till he got the shot he wanted and put it down. 4 points for Lee. Down low, Jones working on Smaley, and they're going to get Austin Smaley with a push. That will be Smaley's third foul. So we'll have to see what head coach Ryan Looney wants to do with Smaley. And looks like Smaley will head to the bench with his third foul, as Malik Arrington will check back in for Idaho State. First team foul against the Bengals in the half, just under 18 to play. 5-point lead for Idaho State. Coward with it. Cedric Coward picks up his dribble, looks around to Ventures. Price now. Allegri down low. Jones working on Arrington. Here comes a double team, and I think they're going to get the foul on Colby Lee, who just gave me a little bit aggressive coming in on the double team. Ends up kind of plowing him over, and that's going to be foul number 3 on Colby Lee. So Smaley and Lee both with 3 fouls already, and Braden Parker is making his way back into the game. So we talked about it just before the half started. Could be problematic for ISU if some of those players got some early fouls, and 3 fouls already on Lee and Smaley. Venters pump fakes, flips it around. Price, Allegri will take the 3, and he'll make it. Angelo Allegri buries the 3 from the angle right. Back to a 2-point deficit for the Eagles. Allegri with 6 points. Arrington trying to get it down to Parker. He does. Double team. Parker back in his way, working on Price. Back to Arrington, right back to Parker. Rodriguez with it now, and Rodriguez stepped on the baseline, or excuse me, stepped on the line right in front of the bench. On the sideline there. That is the 5th turnover of the night for the Bengals. Angelo Allegri gets over to Price. Price guarded by Rodriguez. Looking for some help. Hands over to Jones. Jones in the paint, and he traveled. Casey Jones couldn't get around Jared Rodriguez. Good job by J-Rod to stay in front of him. And Jones shuffled his feet. Harrington bringing it down for Idaho State. Comes over on the angle left. Screen from Parker, working around Nagel. Cross court, Mackenzie. Stop, pop, good. Brock Mackenzie with his 5th three-pointer of the night. He has 23 points. Lead back by 5. Bengals have made their last 3 shots. That is going to be a foul called on Brock Mackenzie. Mackenzie wanted the offensive foul on Allegri, who actually hooked him to get around him, but the referee was shielded from the hook and ends up calling Mackenzie for the foul. That is his first third-team foul. Daxton Carr is going to come back in for Jay Nagel. No, it is Jared Rodriguez. A little confusion on which Bengal's supposed to come out of the game. It is Rodriguez as he'll head to the bench. Carr in for him. Here's Allegri. Baseline. Cut off. Bounce pass cross, and that's going to be out of bounds. Steele Venters had his foot on the sideline there as a bounce pass hit him in the chest. Another turnover there for the Eagles. Approaching 16 minutes left to go here in the second half. Parker down low, working on Jones over his head. They're going to say he traveled. I think a little skip and a hop there as he was trying to push his way on Jones. So dueling turnovers here in the last several possessions from both teams here. Allegri on the logo. Comes over to the angle left. Steps back, works it over to Venters. Down low, Price, good. Great pass by Steele Venters to set up Ethan Price for the easy bucket. So he had deep positioning. There's no stopping him once he's that down low. Price with 5 points. Daxton Carr alone in the corner for 3. Back iron, offensive rebound by Braden Parker. Goes between the legs of Stroud. As he tried to take it away from Mackenzie, and it gets to the Eagles. Allegri, baseline, bounce pass to Venters. He puts it on the floor, guarded by Arrington, working it around. Allegri now. Straight away, Venters, he'll take the deep 3. Good, nothing but net from Steele Venters. And that ties it up at 46. Venters now with 11 points. The first Eagle to get double digits tonight. 9 for 16 from deep for the Eagles. Daxton Carr's 3 is blocked and ends up in the Idaho State bench by Steele Venters, and that takes us to our timeout. We're knotted up at 46. You're watching Big Sky Men's Basketball on ESPN+. With 14:48 left to go here in the second half. Eastern Washington has been shooting hot from deep over the course of the past 2 games, going back to Thursday's win over Weber State in Ogden. Eastern Washington shooting 56% from deep over the course of those 2 games. 9 for 16 tonight. They were 13 for 23 the other night in Ogden. That hot shooting continues tonight. They're tied up. Braden Parker doing work down low. Blocked by Price. Picked up by Allegri. Good defense there by Price to deny Parker. Gets it over to Stroud. Angle right. Straight away for Coward. Working around. Venters steps back. Sends over to Price. Allegri now. Pump fakes. Knocked away by Carr. Loose ball. I think they're going to call a foul here on Carr. I think it is going to be against Idaho State. That's Arrington's foul. So that is his third. So now Arrington, Smaley, and Lee all have 3 fouls for Idaho State. 14:21 left on the clock. So Arrington's going to head to the bench for a while as Miguel Tomley comes in for him. Stroud with it for Eastern. Working around Coward, now Allegri. Cross court, Venters standing in front of his own bench, buries the 3. Eagles back up as Steele Venters knocks down his 14th point, an 8-0 run for Eastern Washington. Mackenzie, angle right, and there's going to be a foul called. I think it's going to be on Dane Erikstrup as he was battling with Braden Parker. Parker trying to get position. And so that will be the second foul on Erikstrup. It's the first team foul against the Eagles. Tomley, angle right. He'll bring it out center. Screen from Parker. Tomley puts it on the floor, splits a couple of red shirts, high off the glass, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Allegri. Quickly ahead to Stroud. He'll wait for his teammates come. Lobbing it underneath, Erikstrup, good. Good patience there by the Eagles. Stroud just knew he didn't have the numbers, so waited for the numbers to come and hit Dane Erikstrup in stride on his way to the basket for the easy lay-in. 5-point lead now for Eastern, their largest of the night. There's going to be a foul called here. I think it's going to be against Erikstrup. That'll be his third. That'll be the second team foul. And that's going to be a backcourt violation against Idaho State. It's Tomley crossed the center court. So a turnover there. So a 10-0 run here for Eastern Washington has helped them build up this 5-point lead, their largest of the night. Allegri comes over to the angle right, guarded by Parker out on the perimeter. Gets it over to Venters. Venters puts it on the floor, stops, flips it back to Stroud. 9 on the shot clock. Stroud over to Coward. 5 on the shot clock. Lobbed it underneath. Allegri. Triple team comes. Taken away by Braden Parker. Flips it back to Tomley. 5 on 4 for the Bengals as Allegri's slow getting up. Carr. 3. Good. Jackson Carr buries the 3. And now they're going to blow the whistle to see if Angelo Allegri's okay. 5 left to go. Okay, they looked at it and decided there was no foul. So it will be Eastern Washington's ball after the Daxton Carr 3. That's Carr with 5 points. And here we go. Eagles by 2. 12:42 left to go. Magnuson with it now. Back in the game for the Eagles. Venters straight away. Gets it over to Coward. Has to get it to Stroud. Venters down low. Erikstrup. Double team coming. 7 on the shot clock. Stop. Pop. Long 2. Front of the rim. No good. Rebound. Brock Mackenzie. Tomley with it. We're approaching 12 to play here in the game. 2-point lead for Eastern Washington. Looking to extend the longest winning streak in the country at 18 games. Mackenzie with it. 7 on the shot clock. Loses it momentarily. Gets it back. 5 on the shot clock. Tomley with it. Has to put it up. Gets it in time. Back rim. No good. Rebounded by Dane Erikstrup. Magnuson with it. Nice pass underneath. Fighting Cedric Coward for the easy lay-in. Coward now with 4 points on a bullet of a pass from Ellis Magnuson. Tomley getting it down low. Braden Parker posting up, working on Erikstrup. Gets into the paint, push shot good. Braden Parker, so effective in the paint when he can get his body down to the spot he wants and just hits the little shot from a few feet away. It's his 4th point of the night. Erikstrup now working on Tomley. That's no good. Nagel grabs a rebound for Idaho State. Tomley with it straight away. Gets it over to Carr. Nagel with it. Parker again wanting it underneath. Working on Erikstrup. Calling for some movement. Nice ball movement there as Miguel Tomley. Parker to Nagel to Tomley. The good ball movement led to the easy lay-in, and we're tied at 53. This crowd getting back into it. Still Venters. That shot's no good. Braden Parker able to get the rebound away from Cedric Coward. Tomley with it. Straight away for the Bengals. Gets it over to Carr. Right back to Tomley. 10 minutes to play. Down low to Parker, and that's going to be a foul called on Cedric Coward as he got into the back of Braden Parker. The senior night. Let's take a quick look at some of the other scores from the Big Sky here. A couple of finals already in the books earlier today. Montana State beat Portland State 91-78. Jabril Bello, 21 points, 11 rebounds to lead the Bobcats. And Northern Arizona defeated Northern Colorado in Greeley 85-82. Jalen Cone, 26 points for the Lumberjacks. And about 9 minutes ago in the first half, Sacramento State's leading Montana 22-15. And 22-18, Weber State over Idaho also in the first half. And it's going to go off of Deion Stroud. He couldn't handle it. And it's going to stay with Idaho State. I think the Eagles were arguing that that did not hit the rim. Well, it will be 15 on the shot clock for Idaho State. And Mackenzie will inbound it. Gets it into Smaley, whips it around. Parker with it now. Picks up his dribble, gets it back to Smaley. Mackenzie, he'll take the long two. Good. Nope, it's a three. He was behind the line. Brock Mackenzie, his 26th point of the night. 7-0 run for the Bengals. They're back up by 3. Double team coming, working it around. Jones flips it back to Allegri. Down low. Coward. Good. Strong move by Cedric Coward, the 6'6 sophomore from Fresno. Fought up a couple of white shirts and gets that bucket to go down. Coward with 6 points. Mackenzie, he'll take it, feeling it. Front of the rim, though, no good. Rebounded by Stroud. Coward, back to Stroud, straight away, gets it over to Allegri, down low. Price, double team, flips it over to Stroud. He'll take the shot. In and out, no good. Rebound, unable to be saved by Coward, and it will go to Idaho State. Colby Lee going to check back in for Idaho State. That'll give Braden Parker a breather. Bengals with a 1-point lead. They've lost 4 straight to the Eagles. Looking to change that here. Smaley on the block. Harrington puts it on the floor. Tried to flip it over to Jay Nagel in the corner, but good quick hands there by Casey Jones to disrupt it and send the pass into the second row. It will stay with Idaho State, 13 on the shot clock. Mackenzie. Behind the back, splits a couple of defenders, scoops it up, no good. Tipped up, off the rim, grabbed out of the air by Coward. Quickly ahead to Casey Jones. Jones cuts it inward, goes up, draws the foul. He'll get some free throws coming. I believe Brock Mackenzie was in the neighborhood, and they will give the foul to Mackenzie. That will be his second foul, I believe. It is. 5th team foul on Idaho State. Free throws coming here for Casey Jones, 74% free throw shooter. Buries it for his 8th point of the night. Miguel Tomley's going to come in for Brock Mackenzie. And one more free throw coming here for Jones. That one bounces out as Jay Nagel jumps up to get the board. 5th rebound of the night for Nagel. And we're tied at 56. Approaching the 8-minute mark here. Tomley. Back to Nagel, working it around to Smaley. Arrington with it, back to Smaley. 10 on the shot clock. Picks up his dribble. Tomley with it, guarded by Stroud. Here comes Lee, 5 on the shot clock. Behind the back, 3. He's got to put it up, and he gets fouled by Stroud with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And that'll take us to our next break. We're tied at 56. Do not go anywhere. You're 56 to score here, Reed Jim. Just under 8 minutes to play. Idaho State, they've lost 10 of their last 12 to Eastern Washington. Looking to cap off a pretty good week for the Bengals. They beat their rival Idaho 65-55 on Thursday, earning the King Spud Trophy. That rivalry, now a chance to pull off perhaps the upset of the year in the Big Sky if they can knock off the 16-0 Eastern Washington Eagles. Arrington draws the foul as he tried to cut the corner on Steele Venters. So Venters is going to get called for the foul. That will be his first 5th team foul on the Eagles. And it will be Miguel Tomley on the baseline, looking to bring it in for the Bengals. Goes over to Smaley, stops, cross-court, Rodriguez, back to Tomley in the corner. No good, rebound. Rodriguez picks it up for Idaho State. Down low, Colby Lee can't hang on to it. It's going to be off of an Eagle, though, and it'll stick with Idaho State possession. Bengals with 8 offensive rebounds tonight. As Tomley has to get it in, gets it over to Lee. Rodriguez, he'll shoot it. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Casey Jones gets it for the Eagles. Allegri coming up. Gets it over to Jones underneath. Ethan Price. Back to Jones. Wide open for 3. He'll shoot it. Front of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped up and secured by J-Rod. Tomley bringing it up for Idaho State. 7 minutes to play. Tied at 56. Lee working it around. Now Arrington has it. Smaley down low. Tomley. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Rebound picked up by Allegri. Pushing it ahead. 3-on-2 for the Eagles. Venters for 3. No, but there's a foul away from the shot. And I think they're going to get Smaley on the push. And if that's Smaley, and it is, that is his 4th. Yeah, let's see him coming up from behind. Jones felt the pressure, or felt the push from behind and went straight down. So Smaley's going to have to go to the bench with 4 fouls with 6:43 to go. And it will be Angelo Allegri. Lobs it into Coward. He'll bring it out center. Back to Allegri for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound secured by Arrington. Both teams in a bit of a drought. Neither team has been able to find a bucket in the last little while here. Rodriguez goes up strong, hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Venters. Venters over to Allegri, stops, puts it on the floor, cross court, tried to get it to Jones, but off the mark. It ends up in his own bench, and another turnover there for Eastern Washington. That is their 15th turnover. If there's one stat you can point to, if Idaho State's able to pull off this upset, points off of turnovers, a 23-10 advantage for Idaho State. Looking to add to that here on this possession after the Eastern Washington turnover. Nagel poked up from behind. Here's a turnover from Idaho State. Stolen. Venters leading it ahead for Eastern. Down low, another steal. Back-to-back turnovers here for both teams. And we're still tied at 56. Arrington with it. Angle right for Rodriguez. Gets it to Tomley. 5.5 to go. Arrington's backing it out. Here comes a screen from Lee. Straightaway Tomley. 7 on the shot clock. Stops, gets it to lead. Push shot at the free throw line. Bounces up a couple times. No good. Rebounded by Allegri. He'll slow it up. And now a timeout call here by David Riley to settle things down. Both teams struggling to score. We got 5:08 left to go. You're watching Big Sky Men's Basketball on ESPN+. Running a bit dry the last couple of minutes. We're still tied at 56. We haven't had a point of any kind on the board in over 3 minutes. That was an Eastern Washington free throw to tie it up at 56. You have to go back 4 minutes and 49 seconds the last time the Bengals scored a point. So both teams struggling to get the ball in the hoop the last couple of minutes here. It's going to be who can grind this one out. 5:08 on the clock, tied at 56. Bengals trying to get their second straight win of the week. Get some momentum heading into next week's Big Sky Tournament, senior night, their final home game. They do end the regular season at Northern Colorado on Monday. Eastern Washington 16-0 in the Big Sky, longest winning streak in the country at 18. Have a chance at the record for the longest in Big Sky history if they can pull out this one tonight. Down low, Ethan Price. Back to Allegri. Venters will take the three. Off to the side, no good. Malik Arrington wins the foot race against Cedric Howard to get the rebound. Eagles now 1 for their last 8. Brock Mackenzie stops, bounces it down to Braden Parker, working on Price. Parker gives his spot, puts it in, good. Bengals with their first bucket in over 5 minutes, puts them back up by 2. Another steal by Arrington. See, he got in the passing lane. Coach David Riley thought that Arrington used his foot to stop it, but another steal there from the Bengals. There's 6 of the game. Arrington into the paint, puts on the brakes, looks for help, gets it back to Daxton Carr. Under 4 minutes to play here. Bengals up by 2, 8 on the shot clock for Arrington. Here comes Braden Parker with a screen. Arrington drives, flips it, Daxton Carr, and they're going to call the offensive foul on Arrington. And on the floor, slow to get up. That looks like that's Jones. That is going to be the 4th foul on Arrington. So that takes us to our under 4 minute break. Bengals up by 2. You're watching Big Sky Men's Basketball on ESPN 8. Bengals 7-9 in the Big Sky. Good for 5th place. Giving the 1st place Eagles pretty good fight here on senior night. Here comes Angelo Allegri. Allegri gets it over to Stroud. Venters with it, guarded by Parker. He'll back it out, gets it over to Coward. Cross court, Allegri goes baseline, cut off. Over to Coward, pump fake. Into the paint, strong move. No, misses everything. Rebound grabbed by Mackenzie. He bounces it over to Arrington, bring it up. This Reed Jim crowd into it. Just over 3 to go. Carr gets it over to Smaley. Down low, Parker knocked away, picked up by the Eagles. Allegri with the turnover. Quickly ahead to Venters. Goes up. Offensive foul called 12 on Steel Venters. Daxton Carr able to get in position to draw the charge and get the turnover, the second foul on Venters. And another turnover, the 18th of the night against Eastern Washington. Arrington, Malik Arrington bringing it up for Idaho State at the logo. Comes over to the angle left. Under 3 to play. Into the paint, bounce pass, Parker. Double team, hits the deck, able to pick it up, gets it to Arrington, straight away for 3, no good. Put back, Jay Nagel, there to clean it up and put it back for the Bengals. It's Nagel's 4th point and a steal. Nagel, and he gets fouled on the fast break. They want an intentional foul here. I don't know if they're going to get that call. They might talk it over. The steal by Nagel. If we can take a look at that steal by Nagel. There's the steal. And there's a clear path. Now, there was a defender in front of him. I think that's what might save the Eagles in this case. But they are going to look at it, as they should. But another steal there for, I think that was a good call based on the replay that we saw. But it will be a one-on-one as the Bengals are on the bonus for Jay Nagel to go to the line. Chance to pad this lead with 2:32 left. In and out, misses a first. Rebound to Allegri, pushing it ahead for the Eagles. Looking to extend their historic winning streak. Down by 4. Jones, angle left, guarded by Parker, dips it down low to Price, right back to Jones. Venters pump fakes, down low, Coward. Working around Jones now, baseline, Price. Pump fake, back to Jones, he'll take the 3, no, back iron, rebound, Brock Mackenzie comes up with it. 2 minutes to play. Bengals with a 4-point lead. Arrington gets fouled by Angelo Allegri. That will send Arrington to the line for a one-on-one. That will be the second foul on Allegri. As Daxton Carr checks in for Jay Nagel. Arrington, 3 points. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Arrington, a 68.5% free throw shooter. It's the first. That earns him another. Lead back up to 5 for Idaho State. It's them both. 2 big free throws there for Malik Arrington, the freshman from Auburn, Washington. And the Bengals are back up by 6. This crowd had reached him on its feet. Allegri, straightaway 3. Good! Angelo Allegri answers right back with the 3 and cuts the lead back. Brock Mackenzie will inbound it for the Bengals. Gets it ahead to Arrington. Here comes the pressure from the Eagles. Quickly ahead to Smaley. Cross court over to Mackenzie. Gets it cross center court. Arrington with it now. Comes over to the angle left. Braden Parker provides a screen. Straightaway for Arrington. Back it up. Smaley. Back to Arrington. 10 on the shot clock. Mackenzie with it now. Mackenzie gets pushed on the way through. That foul, I think, is going to be on Cedric Coward. It is. It's his 3rd, 9th team foul. So one-on-one free throws coming here for Brock Mackenzie. Mackenzie, 26 points, 20 of those coming in the first half, 8 of those coming in the first 11-0 charge for Idaho State to start the game. Mackenzie buries it. 27 points for Mackenzie. Here comes another. He hits them both. Clutch free throw shooting by Idaho State has pushed the lead up to 5. 1:16 left to go. Venters, guarded by Smaley, uses a price screen, gets it over to Allegri, gets his defender up in the air. Back iron on the 3, rebound, Jay Nagel. Gets it over to Mackenzie, 1 minute to play. Bengals looking to pull off the upset, and Jones quickly comes up and fouls Arrington to stop the clock at 57.9 seconds. And that will be team foul number 10 on the Eagles. So Idaho State now in the double bonus. So Arrington guaranteed 2 free throws here. Back iron on the first from Malik. One more coming. It's the second. That pushes the lead back up to 6 for Idaho State. Under a minute to play. Allegri bringing it up for the Eagles. Gets it over to Venters. Venters tries to go baseline. Cut off by Mackenzie. Puts out the shot. Draws the foul. And that's going to be Smaley. And Smaley just fouled out. So Austin Smaley, the all-time leader in Idaho State history in minutes played, fouls out on senior night with 48.5 seconds left. So Austin Smaley's leaving the court here at Reed Gym for the final time to a standing ovation from this Reed Gym crowd. From Preston, Idaho, the southeast corner of Idaho, not too far from Pocatello. Got the biggest pop when they were honoring the seniors in the pregame. So he will head to the bench, and still Venters will head to the free throw line. Makes the first. Venters with 15 points. That cuts the lead down to 5. And misses the first or second one, but it's a rebound by Allegri, and he's fouled by Braden Parker on the putback. So 2 more free throws will be coming here for Eastern Washington, as Allegri was able to wade out the ball that kind of hung on the rim for a moment. And I think that timing messed up Braden Parker, and that left him out of position when Allegri went to put the putback in. So see the foul there on Parker on the putback. That is the 3rd on Parker, 9th team foul. So it looks like they're going to look at it. I'm not sure what they're looking at. Might be a clock thing that they're sorting out. Not quite sure. Nonetheless, there will be free throws coming here for Angelo Allegri. 9 points. First trip to the line for Allegri tonight. 65-60, Idaho State on top. Looking for their biggest win of the season here in the final home game, trying to end this historic winning streak by Eastern Washington. It'll also potentially end their perfect Big Sky season, 16-0 in the conference. No other team's ever done that, gone 16-0 in Big Sky play. Again, they're looking at this. I think they're looking at the clock because I don't know if the clock moved. That's my best guess at what they're looking at. Now they're going to have both teams go to their respective benches while they continue to look at this. And I think a decision is made, or whatever needed to be fixed is fixed. So now we'll set up for the Allegri free throws. The clock is at 47.3 seconds. 5-point lead for the Bengals. Big free throws coming here for Angelo Allegri. Makes the first. One more coming for Allegri. Short on the second, and he fouls Arrington on the rebound attempt. So that will be free throws the other way now for the Bengals and Arrington. As Allegri came up short on the free throw, hit the front of the rim, and he just bull rushed Arrington from behind on the rebound. And now Malik Arrington with some clutch free throws here. Arrington, 6 points, 3 for 4 from the line. Chance to pad this 4-point lead with 46 seconds left. It's the first. Daxton Carr checking in for Miguel Tomley for Idaho State. Another free throw here coming for Arrington. That one rattles off the glass and in. I think there's a timeout called by Ryan Looney after that second free throw boost. Quite the confidence builder for the Bengals. They can knock off the #1 team. In the final week heading into the tournament. Here we go. 46.3 left. Bengals by 6. Eastern Washington bringing it. Price underneath, good. Great play there by the Eagles to get the quick bucket. That cuts the lead down to 4. 40.4 left to go on the clock. Pressure here. Arrington fouled. I think it's going to be on Venters. That will be his third. Double bonus. So 2 more free throws coming from Malik Arrington. Bengals 11 for 14 tonight from the free throw line. More clutch ones here for the Bengals. That one rattles off to the side. No good from Arrington. One more coming. The second one's good. 5-point lead. 38.9. Here we go. Eagles trying to get history. Allegri deep three off to the side, front of the rim, out of bounds to Idaho State. 31.4 left to go on the clock. Bengals with the ball. Idaho State up by 5 with possession. Nagel standing in front of the Eastern Washington bench to inbound for Idaho State. Calls a timeout before the 5-second violation goes. So head coach Ryan Looney will talk about it, set things up. 30-second timeout here. So we will keep it here. Idaho State looking to pull off the big upset. Let's take a quick look again at some of the other action in the Big Sky right now. Second half just starting in Missoula. Sacramento State leading Montana 42-40. And just as the second half starting in Ogden, Weber State with a 30-24 lead over Idaho. Northern Arizona and Montana State winners earlier today. All eyes are on this game right now. The country in jeopardy. Gets it into Carr, and he's fouled immediately by Allegri. That will be foul number 4, I believe, on Allegri. And 2 free throws coming for Daxton Carr. Daxton Carr, first trip to the line, he has 5 points tonight. The junior from here in Pocatello, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Gets it to go. Hit the front of the rim and then rolled its way through, and he'll have another. Carr hits them both. Back to a 7-point lead with 30 seconds left. Stroud bringing it down for the Eagles. Stops, pops a long three off to the side, no good. Arrington with the rebound, and he's fouled with 23.6. And if that's on Allegri, he just fouled out, and he did. So Angelo Allegri fouls out with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And more free throws coming here for Malik Arrington. So we have another timeout on the floor. Each team with 1 timeout remaining here in the final 24 seconds. Ryan Looney in his 4th season at Idaho State. 38-75 record if they're able to pull this off. Arrington stepping up to the free throw line once again. He has 9 points. Misses the first free throw. One more coming here for Arrington. It's the second. Back to an 8-point lead. Arrington now with 10 points. He had a season-high 11 points the first time these two teams met. So double digits in both matchups against the Eagles for Malik Arrington. Magnuson flips it out. Stroud will take the three. He misses everything, saved by Venters. Another chance for the Eagles. Price goes up. He misses it. Magnuson back to Venters. They're looking for threes. That's no good. Rebound. Brandon Parker pulls it down. And the longest winning streak in the country is no more. Idaho State upsets Eastern Washington 71-63. In the biggest upset in the Big Sky Conference this